Hey, what's up guys? This is my series called Growing Up Awkward. I'll be telling you stories about how my upbringing and my growing up situation has affected me into being this weird, awkward individual who has way too many ways to relate to all Tumblr posts ever. Growing up, it was mainly me and my parents until I later got a little brother. Now the thing is, the way I was produced was between two people of very opposite personalities. My mother is a very outgoing, extroverted person. She loves to talk, she loves to speak her mind, she's very open-minded, and she's very firm and on what she believes, and she's very blunt when she tells you something. It's probably going to scar you for life, but she means well. My dad, on the other hand, was very quiet. He kept to himself. He had friends, but he was never, going out of his way to go see them. They would always see him, and usually only when he needed their help or anything. Like, he was a really chill person. He didn't talk too much. He was very introverted. So he and my mom were very opposite. So me and my brother, when we came out, we were just very confused. We were just pooped out, and we don't know whether we want to be loud or quiet. I think we both started out as loud, happy little children, and then slowly became more and more awkward. Because we do go through our awkward phases, except we never grow out of them because we are introverts. But we're extroverted when we get to our friends. When we get friends and familiars, then we go and we make fools of ourselves, and we're loud and we're blunt and we say what we mean, and we get our mother part. But like our father's part, like, is our exterior and overall chill vibe that we have. So yeah, we're very confused because sometimes we want to be extroverted because we'll see like a group of people and we're like, yeah, oh man, they're talking about something I like, but I don't want to go over there and approach them because I'm awkward. We know this. And growing up, my childhood was more like, I didn't necessarily have too many friends. I went to preschool, and even then, I don't think I made too many friends. I think that was back in the days before I was awakened into my, mature mindset. Because I feel like I got there at like first grade, like a random day in first grade. I just woke up and I was like, holy crap, I'm in first grade, and this all starts here in consciousness. So like growing up, whenever I made a friend, it was either because I stepped outside my bubble and I was like, hey, you want to be my friend? Cool. And whenever I would do that, usually those friendships would last the longest. I remember my first friend that I made, I was 5 years old and she was 10. That's when I knew that all of my friends and all my mindset was a little bit more mature and above, because we easily hit it off. We were both on the same page with our mental states, like we would talk and stuff and I would understand what she's saying. I wasn't like a 5-year-old. I know I was 5 and she was 10. She was double my age. But we clicked and we had a very long lasting friendship until she had to move. So that tells you one thing, like how awkward I was, because going to school, I was in like classes with people my age, and obviously if I'm getting along with people 5 years older than me, then I'm not gonna exactly click as well with kids my age. So like when I would make friends in like outside of school, when I would make friends, it was very rare, and when I had friends, I would stick to them. We would be inseparable, really, because then I would be very quiet. Everybody would think I was quiet, but those friends knew that I was literally insane. But then there was another time that I don't even know how I made this other friend, but they were skeptical about going to make friends with this other like group of girls because they didn't know their real names and they thought that was strange, and they just stayed away from them. And that is exactly what brought me to them, because it was their out of placeness that I felt throughout my entire life. No matter where I went, I always felt weird. It was like that out of placeness that they have. I'm gonna go see them and talk to them and see who they are, because I know that when me growing up, no one ever actually went up to me and wanted to actually get to know me or be my friend. If I wanted friendship, most of the time I had to go out and get it myself. So when I went over there, I went over there and was blown away, because these were the sweetest people, little girls in my entire life, because of course I was older than them. I was the oldest kid in like the block after my other friend moved away. So yeah, I went over there and I took them under my wings, and we were friends for years. We might even still be friends. I just haven't talked to them since I graduated high school, because stuff happened. And it was really interesting, because even though I had such a mature mindset, because of that mature mindset, I felt like that allowed me to click with younger kids better, because I had almost like, because my mother also had, like, she's very maternal, she's very loving and caring over the people she cares about, and that's how I felt, and that's how I could also be friends with younger kids. So I felt like that was one thing that set me apart, that I just simply could not be friends with people my age, or my age group, or anybody who was sort of, you know, like me, or were supposed to be. So I just kind of feel like my upbringing, I realized a lot of things about myself, or I do so now, thinking back on it, understand how that would make me a little bit more awkward, because my mannerisms would go from the younger generation to the older generation. I was just a confusing mix of both, which had given me a really strange aura to anybody around me my age. Alright, that's it for this episode. Next episode we will talk about how I dealt with elementary school and the weirdness that is that, because elementary school is literally so many years of my life, including kindergarten. So I'll see you all in the next video. Be safe out there and stay awkward.
Smoking on that dojo.